All right, now we're recording on Zoom. The thing about working out at gyms is that you have to understand is that gyms are like one of the dirtiest places that you can go, obviously, right? It's not going to be, your whole goal of going to the gym is to build your body up, but that doesn't actually happen until after you've recovered. So those of you guys that are going to be going to the gym, just know that first thing you're doing is breaking your body down, then you're building it up. So in this time when the gym already being a really tough place to keep clean in the pandemic and everything, you're just that much more susceptible. So I'm not telling you to go or not. I know that we're staying here and we're just working out in the garage, but we're blessed to have that. But you honestly don't need much. You know, if you do need anything, you really just need, like we have those bands. I'll show you guys. We have those bands right there. That's really all you need. You don't need much more than that. With just those bands, you can do almost any workout for any body part. You can just adjust it as needed. What's going on, guys? So I was like, Caesar, come here. No. Oh God, Caesar's about to choke himself here. His leash is off. I just want to answer a few questions that you guys might have. Do you want to go inside? Okay, go inside, Caesar. Caesar didn't want to be out here anymore. I just wanted to answer a few questions that you guys might have. So again, if you have them, throw them in. There's a little question thing here. Ask whatever you want. But let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So again, our goal here, those of you guys that are just trying to stay as healthy as you can, those of you guys that are going back to the gym, whatever it might be, let's help you guys out with some common questions that you might have. All right. So we'll jump around here. First one, do you suggest yoga? 100%. One thing that people leave out when they do all of the strengthening and all the lifting is that you need to have an appropriate amount of stability as well as mobility, right? So as much as you continue to gain strength, you also need to make sure that you keep that same amount of mobility in your shoulders, right? You're talking major joints, your hips, not necessarily of your knees, though some people will start to lack that. Ankles, so on and so forth, because if not, you're going to develop injuries. You don't need to do anything crazy, but you need to be putting an emphasis on, for instance, yesterday, I had a really big hamstring session. And with that, now my hamstrings are super tight. So when I got up this morning, what was it? My back was tight. So now my back's tight. And it's like, you'll be like, oh man, I have back pain. No, that's your body speaking to you. So on top of that, I biked about 6-7 miles or so, which it wasn't anything crazy, but it was like a hard bike. So it was like going uphill the whole time. But yoga is huge. I definitely suggest yoga. All right, let's jump around to another one again. What's up, guys? I'm so glad to have all you guys in here. I know I've been slacking. I haven't been giving you guys lives and stuff. Oh, we got camera issues. As you can see, I'm like a rookie back on the camera again. But let's go ahead and go to the next question. So the next question was, currently fasting schedule. I'm currently 18-6. So when I posted that you guys could ask these questions, I was like, just, throw a topic or a question. So this is more of a topic. Fasting schedule, she's basically saying that she's fasting for 18 hours and then she's got a 6-hour window to eat. I absolutely love it. Something that you've got to keep in mind with fasting, a couple things, is that there's like a full, completely dry fast, and then there's just like a fast where all you're taking in are liquids, right? With your fast, what you want to do is, the whole goal is we want to not take in anything that has macronutrient value to it. So no carbs, no proteins, no fats. It is okay in this form of fast that we're talking about for you to purely take in micronutrients. So it would be okay for you to have things like minerals, right? So on my programs, and actually my Burn Zone program is like my best performing and selling program. That one's like on super sale. I'll have the link for that. For those of you guys that stay, you can go to my bio, and then I'll actually have a special link. Actually, if you guys want to hear about the 4-week Burn Zone, which is the fat loss program you can do at home or in the gym, just DM me or comment on this fat loss, and I'll get with you and send you the link, all right? But I'm only going to send it to people who are really dedicated and really want that stuff. What's up, Larry? I see your question, Larry. So Larry just said, is intermittent fasting a healthy thing to do daily? So the thing about that, yes, it is. So when it comes to intermittent fasting, I've tested a ton of different ways. I've tested a lot of different styles of eating, right? I just want to know what I can really suggest to people. I want to know what works for me, because what works for me may not work for some of you guys, right? And that's based off of a lot of different factors. One factor is that my family's from Jamaica. So with my history being from Jamaica, there are certain foods that culturally that we would eat and we have for hundreds and hundreds of years that for me, my body's going to respond well to. I can have 350 grams of fat and still get shredded as long as my training is on par, because my body loves it. Now in Jamaica, we're having obviously like a lot of foods that are naturally fatty, like what we call pear, which is known as like a large, like Hass avocado. Just go like pick it from a tree, have it. A lot of oily foods as well. Some people are not going to respond well to it, just like some people are going to respond really good to a diet that's like high carb, right? And others are not. It really just depends. You can't just go off of what someone says and do it. As far as the fasting, I would say try it. I've tried everything from the 18 hours of fast, 6-hour window to eat, to 20 hours of fast, 4-hour window to eat, to 22, to even like a full 24-hour fast where you only eat like one meal in a day. It is healthy, but the thing that you got to do, Larry, is when you're in your fast, take in minerals. When you're taking in minerals, I have a mineral drink that's like Himalayan salt, apple cider vinegar, a few other like minerals, turmeric, lemon juice, and those minerals that you get in are what keep your cravings down. And a lot of times when people are on these fasts, it's getting past that initial stage that they struggle with, but after that, they're pretty good. You definitely can fast every day. I would say start small and experiment up. Something that you want to do is before you go to bed, that last meal actually can be a little bit bigger, because remember, while you're sleeping, that's a part of your fast. That's also when you're recovering. So I probably should do another live just purely on fasting where we can talk about this. Maybe I'll do a YouTube video on it. But yeah, man, fasting is good for you to do. You just got to be smart when you do it. Again, if you guys have questions, I might miss some in the comments because it's a lot of people coming in and out. So just there's that little question thing right there. You can just throw stuff in there. Okay, let's go to another one. Okay, this one says, why do you do sled work and do you suggest it? I love doing sled work. So if you guys see me, I'll show you guys the sled right now. The sled, well, you guys can't see it on Facebook, but that's the sled right there. So I was using it yesterday. Actually, my knee started hurting, so I had to stop. But that's the sled right there. The reason that I love the sled is using a lot of like high performance programs. So CrossFit, powerlifting, it's used a lot. And the reason is because I would honestly suggest it for anyone competing in any sport, because you're going to get two things. You're going to get strength and you're going to get conditioning, but you're not going to get your joints getting beat up, which is huge. You can literally do sled work every single day. You will get sore. You will get really good conditioning, but you won't get the poundage on your body. That's why I love it. I can go from lightweight for 2 miles. I can go heavier with throwing on 4 or 5 45s and go like 20 meters. You know what I mean? Just pulling back and forth. I can make it hamstring focus. I can make it quad focus. I can make it upper back focus. I can do a lot of really cool things playing around with the sled. Sometimes I'll literally just go up and down the street and I'll be like curls. I'll do 15. And then I'll do tricep extensions. I'll do 15. And then I'll do flies and I'll do 15. Sometimes I'll put it around my back and have it on my shoulder, so it's like a front rack carry. So half my body's carrying it, and it's like doing front squat, like a single arm front squat with the kettlebell, except I'm dragging it behind me. In conditioning, I would use it a ton. There's a lot of things you can do. You can just get a rope, throw some shit on a rope, and just pull it in on a gravel road, pulling tires, stuff like that. But if I was gonna make an investment in a piece of equipment that I thought was super beneficial, I would definitely say get a sled, because you literally can do everything with it. All you need is a strap. We got a couple different types of straps here, but you just need some handle straps and you're Gucci. What's up, everybody? Hey, when you guys come in, tell me where you guys are from. And if you guys have questions, please post them. There's a little question mark thing under here. So Larry also said, I've been told I've been doing it for about a year, but trying to get more insight. Thanks, that helped. Okay, love it, man. Yeah, and hit me up and let me know if y'all ever have questions. Just like DM me. Like I'm here to help you guys. All right, let's go to another one. All right, so realistic daily calorie consumption for a 5'1", 35-year-old female. It depends. I really can't tell you. What's up, Montreal? I really can't tell you. Lancaster. Okay, we met at the Lancaster Veg Fest. So I really can't say. I can't really give an answer to this because there are a lot of things that come in. We're talking how long you're working out each day, how your frequency in a week. We're talking about, I mean, I use about 20 data points, but just to give a few, what I use with my clients, the intensity of your workouts, the time of day that you're working out, if you're doing double sessions or not, the focus, are we talking strength? Are we talking fat loss? Are we talking muscle gain? You know, so there are a lot of things that come in. A really simple thing to do is to just get on My Fitness. Actually, there's an app I love way more than MyFitnessPal, and I'm not affiliated with this app. I don't make any money off of it, but it's called RP, the RP Diet app. Listen to me, hands down, Facebook, Instagram, listen, hands down, the RP Diet app is the best app out. Go in the app store and get it. It will set you up for what it suggests for you to have each day, times of the meals broken up. Now, it's not like MyFitnessPal, where MyFitnessPal is a meal tracking. The RP Diet app is a meal planning app. It's a fantastic app. I will maybe do a YouTube video on it and go more in depth, but that's a good question. I can't really tell you. I'm so sorry to kind of leave you hanging, but I can't really tell you what I think you should have because there are so many factors. If you really want to get more in depth, just DM me. And we can see if I can help you out. All right, so we got a new one coming. So what's the best eating habit to change to lose weight 5 to 8 pounds in a short period of time? Okay, so the first thing that I would say is, number one, you need to get more data. So you need to track your food for like 3 days and see like what types of food you're eating and what your calorie consumption is. I am going to suggest MyFitnessPal for this because it's going to be easiest to just take the foods you're eating and throw them into an app and be like, okay, this is how many calories, this is how much protein, this is how much fat, this is how much sodium. Take a look at that. If that's on average what you're eating. And now let me say something about this. Don't bullshit yourself. If your ass is eating brownies and shit every day and chips and stuff, put that in. Don't cheat yourself. Put that in so we really know what you're eating. Then I would suggest just dropping off maybe like 200 to 300 calories a day as a start. So just go into a deficit. Whatever you're normally eating, that's what are called your maintenance calories, right? So you just drop that 200 to 300 calories a day, and that already should start to get you some results. Some things to add on that would be, I would just to kind of reset yourself, I would remove any gluten from your diet just to see if you're gluten sensitive. If you already know you're not, awesome. If you're unsure, run the test. I don't like to tell people to remove legumes, but it is worth removing for a short period just to see if your body responds different. I would say to stop cooking with oils. Oils are a waste of macronutrients. You don't need oils to cook. They do add flavor to your food, but you don't need them to cook. So I would say remove the oils. That's another thing. And I would say increase your fruits and vegetables upon waking up. Go ahead and just have on all my programs, I always suggest to my clients upon waking up, they can have coffee, tea, suggest those too, right? Because the caffeine helps with the cravings and stuff, like when you're going through a change, especially when you're starting to remove calories and go through a detox. But wake up, have about 20 to 30 ounces of water with some lemon juice in it, and increase your greens. So whatever amount of greens you're normally having, just double it. Have, instead of one handful of greens at a meal, have 2 or 3, right? And when you start to have your snacks, when you start to kind of feel things, make sure you've got some plans, like some fresh fruit or some type of nuts or seeds that you can have. That right there already will be a good start for you because you're replacing some of these foods you don't need and you're keeping some of these things that you do, or adding some things that you do. Good question. Again, guys, what's up? Shout outs to everybody coming through. Thank you guys for joining. I'm answering questions that you guys have had, that you guys posted on the Insta story. So if you guys have questions, please feel free to just throw them at the bottom, okay? All right, next question. Let's see what we got. All right, so this one is, recommended exercises for individuals recovering from knee, leg injuries. Listen, I absolutely feel you. You guys know I'm recovering from a serious knee injury. I'll show you guys. So I don't know if, you guys can't see on Facebook. I guess you guys really can't see, but I had a serious knee injury this summer. So for me, it's really been about, okay, just working back. I really can't suggest exercises for you, being as that I'm not a physician, and you should speak to your physician or your therapist first. This is one of the main mistakes that people make. They don't go to therapy. I haven't been to therapy in a couple months, but I'm able to do all the exercises, which I knew most of them already, and follow pretty much the prescription that my therapist gave for me. But you need to go see a therapist, even if it's for a few sessions, to know where you stand, to track your initial progress, and then also they will give you specific exercises for what you need. And then you can take those and do those as much as you want or as much as your body can handle. Yeah. Some of my favorite stuff for knee injuries, depending on the knee injury, for strengthening, I'm only going to talk about strengthening, are what are called, if you guys got a pen and pad, terminal knee extensions. Any type of hamstring activation. If you had a surgery, this is what I suggest. You can literally Google, I like to search Harvard, Stanford, and Yale, like Yale or like Stanford, like Harvard ACL rehab. And then you'll find PDFs that have entire progressions of month 1, month 2, month 3, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, stuff like that. So that's what I would say based off your injury. If you don't know what your injury was, you got to go get seen. You got to get seen. So somebody said, what's the app suggested? Yeah, it's MyFitnessPal for just tracking. Yeah, MyFitnessPal. That's just for meal tracking, and just track it for 3 days. Once you know about what your average is, then you can just drop that 200 or 300 calories. What's up, everybody? Let me know where y'all are from when y'all come in. Thanks everybody for joining our fitness Q&A. All right, so this one is, man, it's a lot of questions coming. I love it. Exercises with limited light equipment in a garage. All right. So again, I have the bands over here. I'll turn Facebook so Facebook can see what we're talking about. Okay. So these bands right here are what I suggest. Hold on, Facebook can't really see it. So we're going to turn so these guys can get a better view of us. So these bands right here are really what I suggest if there's any equipment. So I have 2 of these smaller ones. You might want 2 of a red and 2 of a yellow, because you can hook one onto something and one onto another, and then it's you can do 2 arm cable exercises. This band right here is a 1.5 inch. You got an inch, and I think this one's a 1/2 inch. Those bands are going to be the best use of your energy to be able to do pretty much anything in any scenario. A lot of people just they just enjoy being in a gym, but you don't actually need a gym, you know what I'm saying, to get a good workout in. Another piece of equipment that I highly, highly suggest, guys, is our suspension trainers. TRX used to have the only patent on it. Now you can get them from just about anywhere. You can get amazing prices on them. So I would definitely suggest that. Bands and TRX. You'll get the most bang for your buck, All right, So this question is, how's the massager that I got recently? I actually had it right here. This is the Hypervolt. If y'all want to order one, I'm going to speak to them about getting an affiliate set up so I can maybe get y'all a discount, but it's amazing. So you click this little thing, you turn it on, you choose your settings back here, level 1, level 2, level 3. And for me, it's fantastic because I have certain, you can hear my voice echoing, especially with my shoulders, I get shoulder pain, so I can just hit these spots that are super tight, and I can start to open them up. And I've actually been able to lift more overhead. And this side's actually really tight. I've actually been able to lift more overhead, just run it through your whole body on your triceps. It's fantastic. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Somebody had called me. Oops. But let me turn it off now. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it. This one is the Hypervolt Plus. All right. And I got it from Hyperice. But like I said, I'm probably gonna get a link for y'all. So if you guys want to check it out and get a discount on it, yeah, just stay tuned for that. Cities of Basketball, Casper, what's up? All right, let's go on to the next one. Next question. All right, this one is from Tony. He said, I love running every day, 1 to 10 miles generally, around 3. I'm 5'9", 207, still working out to lose more, but also want to bulk up. His question is kind of long, so I can't like see all of it, but I think that he's asking, is running a good thing because he also wants to bulk up? So this is actually a really cool topic, is running. So for those of you guys that want to maintain muscle mass, should you be running? Yes and no. So running is a functional part of like human survival. Like you need to be able to run. Let me give you an example. I know powerlifters that could basketball 1,100 pounds, right? Or 1,000 pounds. But he literally would say, but if I want to run across the street to play with my kid, you know, he's like, I can't. He's like, I can't run down the driveway and across the street. So he recognized that that wasn't functional, right? If, let's say his child was, or let's say, you know, you see someone stuck in front of something, a train's about to come, and if you could get to them, you could grab them across, you need to be able to run and do that, right? It's again, it's functional. With that said, you got to understand how the human body works and the origins of running. So running, traditionally, the human body recognizes it as a way to go get something for survival. So you'll have to do a little research on this, but think of the American Indians, the natives, the first Americans, the original Americans, another topic. When they were hunting in the plains, if you were bigger and you were running, you were either running to catch something or you were running away from something, which meant the more weight that you had was actually detrimental to whatever goal you had, right? You couldn't move as fast. It was going to take more energy for you to move. So traditionally, when you run, your body's gonna send a signal to your brain, hey, he or she is doing all this running. We need to reduce mass. We need to get rid of mass. Now, does that mean that you're going to lose fat? Because that's a good thing, right? I mean, if I'm going to lose mass, I'm trying to lose fat, like that's great. I'm going to run more. Not necessarily. The first thing that your body will feed on are carbohydrates. Then it's going to go, if you don't have a good fuel source, it's not going to go straight to fat. Protein is actually the most readily available. So once you start to dig into reserves, your body's going to feed on muscle mass. What I suggest is, yes, have some running in, depending on the phase of your training that you're in. So, and DM me, because I could probably give you some more in-depth personal stuff that applies directly to you if I knew a few more data points in order to help you devise a plan. Because again, a lot of this stuff is just vague. It's like, depending on other things you're doing, yes, do more of this, no, do less of that. What I would suggest are like some conversational pace, like chill runs that you can do. But the best thing is going to be like high intensity interval hit stuff. So in CrossFit, how are these guys able to run so much and lift so? So they're doing a mix of, but most of the stuff that they're doing is like high intensity stuff. So you want to shred fat? Do this. Hop on a rower. 1 minute, nice easy row. And then the next minute, sprint all out as hard as you can. Next minute, nice and easy. Next minute, all out as hard as you can. Try that for about 10 minutes and you will be absolutely smoked, and you've really hit fat reserves without putting a poundage on your body, and you kind of tricked your body because it's not running. It doesn't really think that it needs to shed that mass in order to make you faster. Now you can, in general, just using any type of like high intensity training is going to be good for you also, because you're going to be able to tell your body to work in small spurts, and then you're going to be burning calories a lot longer. You can burn, in those 3 miles that you run, Tony, you can probably burn more calories doing a 15 or 10 minute high intensity interval workout and continue to burn calories later. But it's all kind of relative because it depends on how you're eating and some of the other things too. I've seen the largest return on investment when I dropped the running down a little bit, did sprints or did sprint workouts. What's up, everybody? Everybody that's new, how you guys doing? Glad to have you guys. If y'all got questions, like please just go ahead and post to the questions board. All right. So easy vegan / plant-based recipes. Go on my Pinterest, y'all. I got a ton of these. Go on Pinterest and search the Watts Guy, and I've got a bunch of boards with like recipes I suggest, like desserts, snacks, protein meals, you name it. But yeah, go on my Pinterest and you'll see some really, really cool stuff on there. Follow some of the boards. I'm updating them constantly. All right, so what we got? All right, so what's better, hiking or biking or running? I'm not gonna say that either one of those is better because it's gonna be preference and what you enjoy. I can't run now, but with my knee injury, but I love running. There's that runner's high that you get, things like that people speak about. But if your body can't take the poundage, if you got knee injuries, if you're getting knee pain, ankle pain, maybe your body needs to lose a little bit of mass before you start running at that frequency or that volume. So I'm not gonna say that one's better. They both have their benefits. We've been loving biking here recently. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so this is, how does one get back into running after not doing it for years? So what I prefaced earlier, with doing some of like, I would start with like rowing, biking, high intensity stuff. And then I would get into, when properly warmed up, short sprints. So maybe like 10 sprints of like anywhere from like 20 to like 50 meters. Make sure that you rest until you're recovered. And then same thing, turn it right back up. It's important when those of you guys are doing sprints, it's important that you guys are fully recovered, because your sprint should not be like 50% or 70%. No, you should be all out in your sprints of whatever you're doing, and then go again when you're fully recovered. You're gonna burn a ton of fat that way and not get all the poundage on your body. But yeah, I would say start with walking, like maybe walk, jog, walk a certain distance, jog another distance. I'll even suggest people walk, jog, sprint, and you just got to kind of see how your body responds and how you feel. But I would not just go directly into running. What's up, everybody? Somebody, what'd he say? Oh, you're welcome, Tony. DM me if you got more questions. Okay, do I suggest barbell or dumbbell bench? Both. I love both of them. I think that you're not going to be able, there's no lift that's going to be better there's no lift that's going to necessarily be better, because it's different. The way that my shoulders are attached, the way that my bones are connecting, the way that my muscles are up, it's different for everybody. So certain lifts, certain grips, sometimes, like a neutral grip, I feel the least amount of pain. Like when I bench, like a lot of people will bench out here, dumbbell, they'll do push-ups out here, they'll do dumbbell bench, they'll do barbell bench out here, and that's putting a ton of stress. You're not meant to move like that. You should be more inside of here, that same place that you're doing push-ups, like hands right outside your chest, you go out right there, hands right outside your chest, and kind of pushing from here. And the same thing when you bench, right? You shouldn't be benching like straight out. You actually should be benching and coming down to right about the nipples and then pressing back towards your eyes. It shouldn't be right here. So one's not going to be better, but you got to find what's best for you. I love to go to this neutral grip because I feel like it takes a lot of that pain away, it puts me in a better position. But also I love doing different types of bench, slight decline bench, not a big decline, but slight decline, incline bench, especially when certain things I like to do more for putting on mass, certain for strength, and certain things I like to do more just for, working purely toward the aesthetics. Right now I'm in a cut. I'm dropping about 20 pounds. I got like 23 more pounds left to go, actually. So that training is different than what I typically would do if I were just trying to get really strong, right? So one's not better than the other. There's some that you're going to really like, and your body's going to be different than other people. So don't let somebody say this is best. I would really look up some of the like old school lifters, Jay Cutler, all those guys. They'll tell you how just because they're telling you a workout does not mean that's going to work best for you, because bodies are different, hormones are different. Again, how your shoulders are, how your joints in your shoulders and your hips and your ankles are connecting, and how you're generally built. Oh shit, almost lost you guys. This has been fun to do a live again. All right, what we got? Trey, what up? All right, this one here says, how many movements should be in a workout session? Typically, you'll probably have around 4 to 6, and this is why. You're looking to have about, let's just give on average, about 18 to 20 total working sets inside your workout. Typically, that's where like I find like it's a really good area to work without blowing yourself out and doing too much. So that way the rest of your week is affected, or you're starting to do so much volume to where your body's like too sore to work or straight up getting injured. This is a question that a lot of people as reps kind of get asked the same. The reps kind of, in general, the studies show anywhere honestly from 8 to 12 are going to get you hypertrophy. But if you're looking for strength, you probably want to be closer to like 6 to 8. But I would say 4 to 6 movements and have about 20 total sets. So one movement you might do 3 sets, another you might do 4, another you might do 5, another you might do 4, but about 20 sets total. If you guys got questions, you guys can post to the comments. Good to see everybody in here. I'll be doing these longer. I haven't really done these in a grip. All right, I think we just got one more question, actually. This is the last one, and then I'll let y'all go. Okay, so this one is recommended reps. Well, we just talked about that, right? So the thing that I'll say about reps again is if you're looking for strength, you're looking, or size, you're looking for probably around like 6 to 8 reps, 5 to 8 reps. If you're looking for hypertrophy studies have shown literally anywhere between 8 to 12. This is probably a rule of thumb. Start counting your reps when you start to feel them. When you start to feel a burn in your muscles, start counting your reps then. If you're going like super heavy, that's probably a little bit different. You're gonna start counting your reps as soon as you start and then adjust your lifts. Adjust the weight as you increase in your sets or go through your sets. So that way you get the proper starting weight and finishing weight, right? But generally, again, strength's going to be anywhere from like that 5, 6 to 8 rep range. And then hypertrophy is going to be like 8 to 12 reps. If you're in hypertrophy, don't start counting your reps until you start to feel a burn. It's not the reps really. It's the goal is for you to fatigue and stress the muscles. So you force muscle fibers, so you force muscle fibers to grow. And then it's your job, what you do with nutrition, to get the proper muscle protein synthesis so you can actually develop the muscle mass, right? So that's what I would say there. Okay, so this is what I will do, guys. I will put up another Q&A right now on my story. So go to my story, and if y'all got questions for tomorrow's live, just put them on there. I'll answer all y'all's questions. I'm not going to come on here probably a ton and just be like talking a bunch of shit. I don't want to do that. I want to come on here and talk about things that y'all are interested in, okay? And like I said before, if you guys are either you're getting back to the gym or you just are looking for a home program, DM me and I will send you guys a link to some of my home program stuff and my gym program stuff. I've got a bunch of freebie stuff as well as like a bunch of my like best performing programs are like super discounted right now. So I'm gonna throw up the next question board on my story. So please go there, guys. I want to talk about things that you guys want to hear. All right. Thank y'all for coming on. And if you guys thought that this was beneficial, please share it. Like take it, share it to somebody, tell them, hey, go check this out, or share the profile. Also, the Vegan Transition Podcast, the link is in my bio, guys. Please go check out the podcast, and if you enjoy it, leave me a 5-star review so we can get it shared out to more and more people. All right, so later, y'all. I'm out. Go to my story for posting questions for tomorrow. Later, guys.